We say things that don't mean anything, but thanks for listening. Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to We Say Things episode 233. Suns fan here with my co-host, who looks really disheveled today. So apologies to our gracious sponsor, named Sponsor Us. Just a coincidence that is their name. Hello, Cinderin.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, everybody. I'm good, Shannon. I'm actually I feel relatively well rested for once, so that's nice. It's probably not going to show.
Oh.
But here we are.
You know,
that's it's a unique one. Enjoy it while it lasts. Okay, this is going to be a great hour because we always manage to make it to an hour despite having nothing to talk about.
This one might be longer than usual. Yeah, we'll see.
But what we always do have to talk about, Shannon, is the In Bruges tier of our Patreon list.
That's right, Cinderman. Go ahead.
If you guys want to support the podcast, this is the great way to do it, is to head over to patreon.com/WeSayThings. And obviously, we shout out the highest tier every episode, which is called the In Bruges tier. So thank you to Crownfall Enjoyer, Captain Broccoli, STGC Daniel, Humbled Bookmaker recommends Relic Arena, Wife heard Pyrian's belch, now divorced. Mr. I Love the NBA segment, the episode where the Timberwolves are unstoppable. I told you, man. Pepperballs, T-Coil, Q-Ludes is ready to praise the podcast. Lab Dota, Yatoro does it again, Cinderin. Disco Farm D, and the Mega Pope.
Also, thank you to Zan Xavier, Nate Thicko. Did you do those?
No.
Nate Thicko 0, 1 Hamscroats, Shark TM, Janie, Dop, nothing to see here. Swiss Yves Remort. Ben Broomhead must tragically save more money and has to stop Patreon, but will always love the podcast. Farewell for now. Thank you, Ben Broomhead.
Thank you, Ben.
We will miss you, my friend. Also, thank you to Wooden Aftertaste, Anonymous, and Ants Don't Have Lungs. Instead, they breathe through a network of tiny tubes, getting oxygen directly to their cells. Mr. Nible. Thank you, Mr. Nible. That is very interesting indeed.
Could you imagine?
Ants are the most fascinating creatures on the entire planet, Cinderin. Go ahead.
Just, I don't know if you've ever tried this. I haven't, but I've heard that it can be a really special sensation to get pure oxygen, you know? Have you tried that?
No, I don't think so. You mean from a mask or whatever?
Yeah, or I'm actually not sure exactly how you do it, but there's this whole, it's supposed to be really refreshing or whatever to have pure oxygen. I think it might even have some health benefits in some cases, but that's got to be what it's like for ants, right?
Yeah, it must be good.
They literally just... Maybe that's similar. I mean, they don't get pure oxygen because they probably still break it down, but it goes straight into the cell. That's crazy. Sick,
bro.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for supporting the podcast as always. And of course, thank you to everybody who is a patron, not just the In Bruges tier. Thank you all for being a part of it.
Except you, that one guy watching.
Yeah, fuck you.
We don't like you.
Fuck you, dude. Yeah.
All right, let's do an NBA segment. I wasn't planning on doing this, but there's actually been a lot of interesting things.
Oh, yeah.
And
let me tell you, you get way too much positive reinforcements at our lands. So.
Yes, thank you to all you people. I know if I made my own NBA podcast, just sole purpose being NBA, I'd get 10 to 15 viewers, and I've met all of you, so thank you.
I thought you were going to say it would be more successful than this one.
Well, that's possible as well.
That's actually possible.
We're definitely view-botting our own podcast. And
who would you talk to?
That's the issue. This is why we started doing NBA segments on the podcast, because I have nobody to talk to about this.
So then I have to listen.
Yeah, it's just I talk and you listen. It's just our NBA segment, except it's 2 hours.
A good relationship. You just need to keep your ears open for the rants once in a while. It's all good.
I came with a show and tell here, Cinderin, so you're going to have to turn on your stream to see this.
Oh, show and tell. That's good.
So it's
I like that.
Very interesting. I need to preface this first, okay? So right now the Wolves are owning. So the Wolves are the team that beat us 4-0. They are now playing the Denver Nuggets, who won the championship last year, and the first 2 games have been played. and they were both in Denver because they have home court advantage. And Denver historically is actually a pretty hard place to play because it's called the Mile High City because the elevation is a mile high. So typically visitors come in and they actually do worse than they normally would because there's less oxygen, which is ironic considering what we were just talking about. If they were ants, though, I'm sure they're fine. But anyway, the Wolves have beat them so far 2-0 and now go back to Minnesota to play the next two games. So they could just be super. And the games have not been very close. The second game they won by like 30.
I told you, though. I told you the Wolves are just owning.
There is this. So on the other team, there's two stars, one of which is Nikola Jokic, who just won his third MVP. They announced it today, I believe. He's a beast. And his second in command, if you will, the Robin to his Batman, is named Jamal Murray. And he's actually never been an all-star, but he is quite good. And he was throwing a temper tantrum in this last game too, Cinderin.
Okay.
Nothing was going his way. He thought he was getting fouled, all that good stuff. And he does something that I have never seen, and I'm going to show the video now. So in this video, the first time this happened, it was Minnesota up by 17 in the second quarter. I'm going to play the video, no sound.
Okay.
So on the corner of your screen, you're going to see right there, I'm going to rewind it. He's on the bench, and he throws a towel at the ref, and it lands behind the ref by his feet. Okay? Obviously, that is a huge no-no, by the way. If you do anything with the refs, very bad. You get thrown out, you get suspended, whatever. That's number one, evidence.
Wait, so who's grabbing the shirt after?
Huh?
Who's the one pulling the shirt back?
It's just somebody, like, there's these cameramen on the floor, and there's also, like, ball boys that are part of the team that they're just removing it so that nobody slips or whatever. Okay, so is it the same play this happens? I think so. So it's the same play. You can see something else is thrown in the middle of the play, and Karl Anthony Towns on Minnesota doesn't step on whatever that was being thrown and ends up getting the layup. They eventually notice that something's on the floor. It was a heat pad that he threw right after. You can see on the top left of your screen here. Here he is throwing a heat pad towards, and it lands in the middle of the court. You can see it right here. Nobody slips on it. And so he throws two things back to back because they're getting destroyed. So after seeing this, and of course, like during the game, like technically there's opportunity. I don't know how exactly it works, but you could obviously look at these replays at halftime if you were the refs and then, say, okay, you're kicked out of the game, whatever. They don't do anything. There's no punishment as far as I know. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a technical. Either way, not that much.
Is this guy 12?
So the next day is when all the like ESPNs of the world talk about this subject, right? And they're like, what's going to happen to this guy? And pretty much almost unanimously, minus the couple random people, like he's definitely getting suspended. There's no question. And he's going to get fined, of course, which means basically the series is over. So the commissioner named Adam Silver, who I'm going to show right here, that is Adam Silver. He fined Jamal Murray $100,000 and did not suspend him. And everybody's like, what the fuck? That is so weird. And then now there's a conspiracy theory. I don't know if you even want to go to that level, if it's a conspiracy theory or not. If the Nuggets were up 2-0, he would have been suspended probably. But because
they're keeping him in for viewership.
If you suspend him, it's gonna, like, they're just gonna get swept. Like there's just no chance, right? So this gives them a chance theoretically, and then the sponsorship money, all that stuff, and with gambling, like the NBA is in bed big time with gambling, and it's somewhat recent, and there's a huge contract coming up, so it kind of messes with the integrity of the game because there's no question he should get suspended.
I love integrity. I love when it's clear that they have the core of the game at heart is what they really care about.
Yeah.
I mean, right. Honestly, just so if for my 2 cents, which don't matter for shit in this case, but I'll say it anyway because it's a podcast and I am supposed to talk.
Yes, you are.
When he throws the shirt and it lands behind the ref, I think that could have given a fine. I think if he does it one time out of frustration or whatever, people have emotions and they get overwhelmed. He's obviously supposed not to. A fine there is the warning. When you throw it the second time, you're being malicious. Like, that's the way I see it.
Yeah, so
I think
a lot of people are
this
saying
would have been a reasonable response to the shirt throw. To be honest.
Fair.
But,
people are now saying that a
throwing
precedent
a towel on the court, like people could have literally slipped and got injured over this.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Is the precedent has been set that if you're behind, what better way to distract? If you have a really rich guy on your team, like LeBron or something, just throw whatever the fuck you want on the floor. Yeah. You're only getting fined. That could have an impact on the game, right?
Yeah.
So it's
throw
really
your
weird.
Tamagotchi on there and then complain when they break it.
Yeah. Okay. I know this is going long for people that don't like the NBA section. I'm sorry. There is another part to this that I wanted to bring up, which is fascinating because I didn't fully realize it until I started reading a little bit about some. It's part fact, part conspiracy theory with the NBA right now. So typically what happens, so the state of the game right now is very offensive heavy, right? Like 3-point shooting, Steph Curry, and the Suns from back in the day started this trend where offense reigns supreme. And they started calling the game a little bit differently where touch fouls, or like if you touch the player in pretty much any way, you're going to get a foul called on you, which means the offensive player is going to have the advantage in almost every case, right? So this is why the game has gotten to a point where people are scoring like 130, 140 points in a game sometimes. It's ridiculous, right? And the numbers have been like people are scoring 30 points a game. That hasn't really been a thing before for this many people to be doing that in the same season. So Adam Silver, the commissioner, made like he's trying to do all these new things that we've talked about in the past for this year because the contract for the TV rights is coming up, which is all the big money. So he did like the in-season tournament, which was a success. He did the play-in playoff stuff before, like a couple years prior, which was a huge success. And the third thing he was trying to revamp was the All-Star game, which, if you remember, was a complete disaster. And he was embarrassed by it. This is a fact. He was really upset that the players just didn't try at all in the game. And this is the conspiracy theory part. So he went to some party apparently afterwards. Part of this is true, like factually. And some legends were in attendance, like Larry Bird. I don't know if you've heard of him, like an old school basketball player.
He's the guy who coined the term "flip the bird." As a matter of fact, I know that guy.
Okay.
He was a really atrocious, really toxic person. He did that as his way of greeting people. As a matter of fact.
Okay, really good lore. So they were basically making fun of the NBA in front of Adam Silver, saying that they don't call fouls anymore. It's a joke of a game, and they're just like laughing. And Adam Silver took this personally. And let me just back up slightly. So what typically happens in an NBA season is, like, even when the game wasn't so offensively catered, you would have the regular season where you would get away, where things would be called more often. So more fouls are called. And a lot of the reason behind that is to not cause injuries throughout the season, right?
Right.
Then when the playoffs start, it's like that's the real basketball. So you get away with a lot more fouls. So the refs are going to hold their whistles more often. This is very normal. It happens literally every year, right?
Okay.
So you can play better defense in the playoffs, more physical defense without getting called for a foul. This season, something has drastically changed that kind of just blew my mind that I am realizing this now. After the All-Star game, they basically changed the rules in a way. It's almost like somebody was saying in my chat, it was like a mid-season patch to the NBA where they started letting people get away with more fouls, like letting them get physical defense and whatnot during the regular season. And then when it got to the playoffs, they took it up another notch on top of that. So this is like going back 20 years for how physically you can play defense, which actually caters to the team that destroyed us and is destroying Denver right now, and the Wolves, because they have really good defensive players. I'm not saying they're not good in general, but they're the team that benefited the most from this. So this is like one of those patch notes that comes out before like TI or something, and a team really, really embraces it, right?
Yeah, just that the patch notes don't come out. It's just randomly happens. Nobody knows. And
there's no announcement.
Kind of figure it out along the way that, oh, this is bugged.
Yes, exactly.
And it's who bug abuses the best. Wow, that sounds really good. I love this.
So I can't think of another time where something even remotely similar to this happened. It's crazy because the team that benefits the least from that would be the Suns because we're all offense. Like our defense is fucking awful. So we just got smothered in the playoffs, and it's crazy to see such a drastic change from regular season to second half of the season to playoffs. So thought that might be
in your
interesting.
chat is saying that they told the teams that they were allowed to be more physical.
Yeah, So
okay, so it wasn't. So all the teams were informed. I thought they weren't informed that they were.
No, they sent like notices, but it's not like they went on TV saying these rules are changed for the game. Like that didn't really happen. So.
Oh, so it's like the sixth player is allowed to be a coach in the game kind of thing, where not all the teams read the email. The Suns didn't check their emails, but the Timberwolves did.
Yeah, in a way, I guess. That's
That's unfortunate.
That's a pretty.
Check your emails, guys. It's a good piece of advice if you're in business. It helps.
Okay, that's a very long NBA segment. Apologies to everybody that hates that, but this was just fascinating to me. So we'll see what happens going forward.
It really. I feel like this wasn't, despite being long drawn, I don't think this was that boring. I feel like having a picture of Mark Zuckerberg's cousin to look at the entire time was really refreshing.
Oh my God. Have you seen Mark Zuckerberg, what he looks like right now?
No.
All right, I'm going to bring Mark Zuckerberg.
This is a great episode already. We're not even going to talk about
image. All right, these are not new. Come on, what is this? These are all old. Okay. Beard.
It's just a random guy drinking a pint.
Oh, here we go.
Who looks nothing like him.
Oh, right. Here we go. This is before and after, Cinderin. What do you think?
I like him a lot more after.
Exactly. He looks like an actual human being.
He looks like the lead singer of Coldplay.
So he's gotten a bit more of a tan. This is like, remember when he was doing that deposition or whatever in front of Congress for all that Facebook shit with Trump and all that garbage?
After that, he had to grow a beard so he wouldn't get recognized.
There's so many memes about him being a robot. Now he has like curly-ish hair, a nice looking beard. He has a bit of a tan. He looks like a human being. It's crazy, the difference.
And he has the same shirt and the same chain as well.
Yeah, I don't know if they digitally enhanced. I don't know what that. I don't know what that's all about. But okay,
looks like he darkened his shirt a little bit. Maybe it looks better at the contrast.
Let's.
Very nice though. Good on him. That's a much better look in my opinion.
Indeed.
I think. What's the name of this guy again?
What, Adam Silver?
Yeah, I think he should grow a beard too.
Yeah, on his head. I think that would help.
Oh, that's not possible, Shannon. Hate to break it to you.
Yeah, if LeBron James, with how much money he has spent putting hair plugs and trying to cure his baldness, if he can't do it, it's not possible. So, just saying. All right, let's move on to Dota.
All right, people in chat are saying the Zuckerberg picture is AI and not real. It was too good to be true, Shannon.
What?
The one with the beard is
the one
AI.
with the beard is AI? You're kidding.
People are saying it's AI.
No fucking way.
Oh, wonderful case in point of all my concerns about AI. Here we go. Let's open Pandora's box again, Shannon, shall we? Fake news.
Wait, but he started like MMA training, like he was actually in shape.
That was AI as well. Those videos aren't real either.
Are you guys 100% sure on that? Come on. All right.
Okay, now people are also saying it's real. Now this is good. I'll just say we don't know if that's real, but it looks good on him. So AI is useful for showing you what you could look like, and he should look like that.
Oh God!
All right, very nice.
All right, we'll assume it's not real then. So Dota, they came out with an update, which the Dota Labs, they've upgraded one of the features to be a permanent thing in the game, which is the high visibility hero health bars, which I think you and I agreed was something that made sense. But more importantly, there's a collector cache, Cinderin. And there's 240 something sets to vote on, which is absurd.
It's a lot. And there's a lot of good ones.
There are. So this is our favorite segment of our audio listeners, where we talk about some of the sets. You're going to have to turn on the stream Cinderin.
You're an audio listener that doesn't like basketball. This is like bottom 1% episode.
Or Mark Zuckerberg, because we also showed a picture.
Maybe we inspired him.
So I upvoted a few sets so I could organize them so that we could talk about it, Cinderin. We don't have to talk about all of them because it ends up being like 20 something, but we should try to make this as enjoyable as possible for the audio listeners. So
yeah. So the way we usually do this is that I try to narrate what the set looks like so you can imagine it for your inner eye.
That's right.
Which is quite the challenge, actually, but entertaining to do. I don't know if it's entertaining to listen to, but...
All right. So here we go. Again, 248 sets, and I chose 24 to talk about, but we don't need to do all of them. So this is a Lycan set, Cinderin. I'm going to give you all 360.
Let's take turns, okay?
Sure.
You explain the first one. We alternate.
All right. Lycan has like black and white hair. I actually don't care about the regular set. It's more about the shapeshift and his wolves, okay?
Okay. You have to explain the set, though. The audio listeners are already edging. That's a wolf.
It has a Wolverine type knife thingy attached to his. I'm really bad at describing this stuff. Attached to his arms, he has furry. What is this thing called? His cape? No, not a cape. It's the collar around his neck.
The collar around his neck. Yeah, he has a big fat collar like the one Kunkka has.
It's like a wolf fur thingy. And
don't miss the most important part, Shannon.
His hair is black and white and looks like something from Greece.
His hairdo is like Elvis. There you go. Good. Yeah. That was the most important part of the set for me.
He has a cigar in his mouth, which is a nice touch.
That's pretty important too. And what's his shoulder?
I don't care. Shapeshift is a dog. And it is a mean motherfucker of a dog, I have to say.
Which breed is that? Is that a...
I don't know anything about breed. You're the one with the dog.
I know. I'm trying to wrap my head around this breed. It looks like a pit bull, doesn't it?
Wait, does he have a black eye?
He has the same thing. It's a huge pit bull. That's terrifying.
Is this supposed to be a patch on his eye, or does he have a black eye? I think the regular set doesn't look like he has...
I wouldn't be surprised if this pit bull has been in some fights, so probably a black eye.
Yeah, so this...
Lycan himself has it too, so it just transitions over.
So his jaw has like one of these metal things attached. We're doing a really bad job explaining this.
No, I think it's quite good.
His waist is very thin and delicate, but then he has gigantic, like, Left 4 Dead, what are those big boys called with the huge arms? Basically that. And
his arms are disproportionate. That is... somebody who has been injecting oil into his biceps instead of actually training.
Yeah, he jerks off a lot. And then the wolf is also a dog of some kind. What is this also a pit of breed, Cinderin? It's brown. The other one was white.
I don't think pit bulls come in brown, but it's kind of what they went for ish.
I'm sure you could do anything, Cinder. You can make a dog any color.
Okay, Shannon, if we're going through 20 sets, I want to rate this one right now and move on.
Okay, go ahead.
I really don't like it.
It's fucking awesome.
That's my rating.
I love it.
I do not like it.
I like it. Thumbs up.
He's supposed to be a Lycan. He's a wolf, not a pit bull.
Wolves are related to dogs.
Okay, that is correct, but what does that have to do with it?
Cinderin, there's only so many ways you can make a goddamn wolf, all right? It's time for some dogs, and maybe next year we'll see a cat. Okay?
Honestly, I might have liked it more if it was a cat.
And you can call him Lycat.
Yes, there you go. You're onto something here.
All right, next. Go ahead.
Okay.
We can. Okay, some of these.
It's well executed for what it is. I'll say that. Like, it's good quality.
I'm gonna skip some of these. I'm gonna skip some.
All right, Arc Warden as a circus manager. Next,
this one. This one is worth talking about.
Okay, so this is Puck. Puck has an open book in front of him, like that AA set you all remember. Yeah. He's wearing a purple hat, and his face and his hair looks like Tinker.
Long white beard.
He's wearing kind of like a wizard robe that's golden around the collar, and then it's purple around all the other parts, similar to his hat. Why does Puck have a beard? Is this Mark Zuckerberg set?
He has buck teeth as well.
Oh, true. I didn't even notice that. You can't see that in game, of course. Um, y- I like it better than the Lycan one, but not a big fan. That's
Alright,
probably why you love it.
I love it
He has glasses.
because
Yeah, he has the glasses like Tinker does. The
I
green
love
ones.
it because every puck set looks the same and they all suck.
Uh,
Pretty much. There's maybe a couple
well,
decent
the
ones.
thing is, the only thing that really stands out in game in the showcase is the book, right? The rest of it, I guess you can see the beard a bit, but with the top-down view, a lot of what makes this unique is lost a bit, I would say.
Yeah, but you have your portrait that shows your face at all
Yeah.
times. So that's great.
True. Guess it's good for the portrait. Okay, like it better than the Lycan, but not the biggest fan. All right, let's move on. I'll tell you when I like it. I'm sure you've picked one good one.
This is a Pangolier set. It's a barber
Oh.
set. This one is amazing. So
This guy's really from Greece, huh?
in one hand, he has like this razor blade, old school razor blade that barbers used to use. And then his other hand, he has scissors, which I assume is his swashbuckle. I don't know what this looks like in game when you're shooting.
Wait, where are the scissors? Am I missing something?
What? Scissors are right here. He's holding them in his right hand to our left.
That's scissors?
Well, yeah. What else would it be?
Where's the second blade?
They're just together, aren't they? Or is that also
That's
a
not
razor?
scissors. That's a sword.
Is this supposed
Or
to be a
sort of a blade, right?
I think it's one half of a scissor.
Yeah, it looks like half of scissors.
Yeah. Okay, fair
so
enough.
He just okay.
And then on his back, he has the red, white, and blue typical. I don't know. Do you guys do the same thing with the barber shops where they have the like a pole that's red, white, and blue swirls?
I know these are very iconic in the US. They're not really that much of a thing in Denmark, but I know exactly what you mean. It's the ones that have you guys on audio listeners. You can definitely appreciate these. It's the ones that constantly spin. It's like a little beam you have outside the barber shop, and it's constantly spinning between 3 different colors or whatever. It just keeps traveling up, and it creates this illusion that it's spinning, but it's actually just scrolling, basically.
Oh, I didn't even notice. On his belt is one of those. It's the thing. Damn, I don't know anything about shaving.
It's a brush.
It's one of those. Yeah, it is. I guess it is kind of a brush. It's the one that they put on you with the. I don't know anything about anything. Fuck. The shaving cream. That's what you apply it with.
Yes, that's right.
And then his beard and hairdo are very outlandish and almost pretentious in a way for what a barber would look like, which I appreciate. Honestly, I've pretty much hated all Pango sets. This one's pretty cool.
I like this one. I think it's pretty good. I think it's well executed, right, with the idea. Does it fit the character? Kind of, I think. So
yeah, French people love barbers.
I'm not mad at this.
Of course.
No, it's just like his general.
All right, go ahead with this one.
It's because he's French. All right, next.
Unfortunately, I can't zoom in on this portion.
Oh yes, the classic Warlock showcase where Warlock is the pet and the Golem is the hero.
That's right, but look at what
Warlock
he's holding.
Is very small. From this small showcase, he looks great though. That's an awesome staff.
That's what you notice is the staff, huh?
Yeah, because it's bigger than him. And wait, so does he have? Is that a teddy bear lantern?
That's right.
Yes, it is. I mean, I'm just saying it is pretty small. Remember, I'm watching it through your stream, and you're watching it in game, right?
True.
So it's smaller. So he has a teddy bear lantern.
It looks like it's been disemboweled, right? That's what looks cool about it.
Yeah, it's like bleeding in the bottom, right? But then there's shiny particles coming out of it.
All right, you ready for the
instead
golem?
Of blood. And then the staff is a chonker. Very nice though. Burning in the top. Looks quite demonic, which is what we like from.
Looks like it's a thread and needle. Am I?
All right. So far, this set before the golem is like an 8 or a 9.
Okay. There you go.
I have a bad feeling about this because I think I know what this golem is.
Really?
All right. It's kind of better. It's better than I expected. So this is it's a. What do you call that they put on a dog so it doesn't bite? A muzzle? Yeah, it's a muzzled cat.
What? This is a bear. What? How is this a cat?
It looks like a cat, Shannon. Let's be honest.
It doesn't even have
looks like
I guess it's a bear. It's literally the teddy bear.
All right, let's say it's a bear. It is obviously a bear because it's the teddy bear. Um, it's well made. Do I like Warlock's Golem being a bear? I guess it's okay. All right, this drags it down for me a little bit. This is the part I like the least, and I know it's the one you like the most, which is what makes this great.
Yeah, it's fucking. It has a noose on its head. It's awesome. This is a sick ass golem. Look at this chonker.
Oh, sounds like.
But I will say, I think the best part of the set is the lantern, the teddy bear lantern. It looks like
the
bottom half has
really
been
good.
ripped apart. Looks fucking sick.
Good.
All right, next.
Yep.
It's a
this
robot.
This is the best one so far after Pango.
Okay, this is a Razor as a robot.
Wow, this instantly reminds me of Lies of P, which is a Souls-like game that came out, I think, last year.
Okay.
This looks like it could have been an enemy type in that game. So Razor has his electrical whip, but then the overall theme of the hero is like more steampunk, kind of. So he's wearing like a train conductor's hat with a lid on it that's opened, and then a lightning bolt on it, and then around his waist he has is that a fuel canister?
It's robot oil.
Robot oil, yes.
Lubricant.
And then he has 2 Tesla coil shoulder pads.
That's a good description. Wow.
On the back he has some sort of disc. I don't know exactly what that is meant to be. And on the other side of his hip he has a newspaper.
It looks like schematics.
Or schematics, yeah, whatever that is.
That's a very good description. I'm impressed with that description, actually.
This is... Oh, wait, what's that in his right hand? Is that an umbrella or a cane?
Oh, yeah, it does look like an umbrella. You don't want to rust. You're a robot after all.
Is it? Oh, it is an umbrella.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, this one's quite polarizing for me because I actually really love the way this looks and the way it's done. I think it's really well done, but I don't know if I like the theme for Razor. But aside from that, it's really good. So, I don't know. It's hard to rate. I think this is my favorite set so far that you've shown, but does it fit Razor? I don't know. You know what? This is my favorite so far. I like it. Okay,
next is a Snapfire set. God, I don't even know how. This is all about the mount. The mount is fucking absurd. I don't even know how to describe this. Like the device that Snapfire rides in, so it's on the back of the mount, is like a kind of like one of those cartoon futuristic spaceships, like from back in the day. Is the best way I can describe that.
With 2 rockets facing backwards, which is not how you shoot rockets. I don't know why they're targeting the ground. They should be the other way around.
That's true.
They look like warheads, but they're pointing toward the tail of
I don't think that's what that
Mortimer.
is. I think these are the guns pointing this way. These things are like the plasma guns with little shredder.
Yeah, I understand that. It's just weird that the back end looks like warheads, right? It's just a weird design. It looks like rockets you're ready to fire yourself.
Yeah, it does. That's true.
The Mortimer looks like some sort of wild beast from Avatar. It's like,
except not blue.
What would you call this color? Yeah, so it's not blue, but it's like
which Avatar? The movie or the cartoon?
The movie, the first one. This feels
one,
like the wildlife that would be there. So it's got like these.
It's dragon-esque, let's say.
Yeah, dragon-esque, and then the colors are like pinkish red with some. What would you call the color that is on the way to black here? It's like
dark purple, maybe.
Color? Dark purple? Maybe it's kind of close.
It's a space general theme, though.
My least favorite so far.
Your least favorite? Wow.
Yeah, it's well made, but
I think the mount it blew me away. The mount is crazy. The rest is whatever.
Oh, maroon is a good color name. I guess that's quite good.
All right, next. This is you.
Okay. Tinker as a television station and a SAM site at the same time. So in one arm, he has what looks to be an unfolded satellite that you would place on the top of your roof with 8 legs. And on the other one, he has a 3-headed SAM site launcher from Command & Conquer, which shoots rockets with a spiky front. And in his hands, he has those shake weights they advertise on TV that are meant to make you lose weight but do nothing.
Shake
in teal.
weights.
He has shake weights in teal.
Yeah, the weapons are weird. The things he's holding are a bit weird.
and his shoulders look like spiky, like castle walls, as drawn by a 7-year-old, but then made nice.
So overall, the texture of it is very wooden, right? Which is weird for Tinker.
It's rustic, right? It's wooden and then like clean, like metal look. I don't know. This one's weird. I rate it second lowest for now, behind what one did I just
Snapfire?
Which one did it? Snapfire. Oh, was
all right.
Was Snap worse than Lycan? Dude, it's hard, but all right.
Best set. This is the best set.
Okay.
It's fucking Pudge, of course. He's in a hood. All you can see are his huge mouth, teeth, pointy teeth, and his stomach has an enormous eyeball popping out, looking you directly in the eye. This set will be an ultra rare, guaranteed. Very fucking good.
I think this set is really, really good, but I think this will be elevated a lot by animation on the eye. So if Valve choose to make this a high quality drop, then they're going to animate the chest. So the eye blinks or moves in some way, like looks around or whatever. Because as it looks right now, it's kind of like, it's just a static eye staring straight ahead with teeth around it and nothing moves. So it looks like it's tattooed on his belly, basically.
So something I'll say about Pudge sets, because I know there's a million of them. Think about what the best part of every other Pudge set generally is going to be. The head, the hook, or the offhand. It is almost never the chest. I would argue the head, which is a popular one for Pudge, but the head and the chest are the two main focuses of this set. Like the hook itself, nothing special.
Which slot is Feast of Obsession? The Arcana.
I don't know. I don't want to.
Because if that's the chest, then that's a bit of a shame, right? Then you can't use the Arcana with the eye, because that's going to be a chest slot. I'm going to look it up right now.
It could be a chest slot.
Also, a nice detail about this that you haven't mentioned yet. Pudge is wearing a hood, like you said, but it's covering his eyes. He genuinely can't see, which is a good illustration of the average Pudge player in my games.
Yeah, you have an excuse for missing your hooks, I guess.
0% accuracy, just literally throwing them blind and hoping that it hits. Of course, his eye being on his belly is supposed to be his vision, but...
That's right.
All right. Let's see... I'm just looking up my Feast of Obsession while you load up the next one.
Somebody's saying it's the back piece, which actually, that could be right. Is there a back and not a... I think there's a shoulder. Take your time.
It is a back slot. That is correct.
Okay. That's good then. All right, next.
He doesn't have a chest slot, though.
All right, I'll do this set. This is a Darkseer set. To me, and I'm not saying I'm an expert on these things, very Hindu-inspired. I don't know what god this would be in Hindu, but the back, he has like this metal piece, almost looks like a vanguard, but the head of it is the head of an elephant, and then it has two arms coming out holding what looks like, are those tomatoes? I don't know. Some sort of...
Chat is saying he looks like Ganesha, the elephant god.
So. Ganesh, the elephant god. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, his
son
head...
of Shiva.
The head is an elephant with a very long trunk adorned by, on top with some metal fixture. This is a very unique Darkseer set, which is the reason I put it here. I think it's very cool. I think the other hand, is this like the thing they use for incense that he's holding, maybe? Some sort of vegetable.
Did you specify that he has 4 hands? 2 of them are mobile and the other 2 are static on the back.
The other 2 are like Goro from Mortal Kombat. Well, actually, no, Goro's... No, that's not right at all. What is this like? The hands are just backwards, on his back.
Yeah.
Or the arms, I should say.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's holding. I don't know the lore well enough. All right, someone in your chat said I cannot pronounce this. He says he's holding gulab jamuns or something.
Okay, that's some sort of food. And then the other one, I think this is what they use for incense. I could be wrong, though. Oh, they're sweets, apparently, right. On the other hand. Yep. Okay. All right, what do you think?
It's nice. It's for feeding the enemy team. How do you feel like this looks in game compared to the showcase? Do you feel like it shines through? I feel like it's very subtle. The arms obviously are very visible because they're on his back. That's what you see the best because the way he walks.
But I don't think it's subtle at all. The main pieces of it come out in game. Okay. Keep in mind, Darkseer just has a small model in general, so it's hard to make it super noticeable.
This is quite cool. I like it. Yep.
All right, Putka.
Oh yeah, I didn't rate Pudge, did I? But I said the previous one was really good. All right, this is Pudge as a circus clown turned plumber. He has 2 balloons on his back that are violet. Then he has a clown hammer, and in his other arm he has a plunger. His back he has a chicken. Not a physical chicken, just his vest. He's wearing this like big vest that on the back has a chicken on it.
Cinderant?
Yes.
Right. This is not the full set because it has some of my weird cosmetics, but...
Okay, you're showcasing the hook right now, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I am. Now, the problem is it's combining with my Arcana for some reason.
Oh, I see. Okay, but the hook is meant to be... He's throwing out the suction.
It was working earlier. Yeah, that's weird.
The plunger.
That's
really
weird.
He's hooking with the plunger, but with the Arcana equipped, the plunger has a spiky arm that looks really bugged.
Yeah. But yeah, I was laughing hysterically.
This reminds you of Krusty the Clown. I am not a fan. I also don't like the toy Pudge.
Yeah, you don't. I think it's safe to say you don't like most sets in Dota. Actually,
that's probably true. But there's also a lot of trash. So I think most people don't like most sets. To be honest.
So the reason I put this in is because I was laughing hysterically with the plunger. As you might imagine.
Yeah, he has a plunger as a hook, and then he has a red nose and Super Saiyan green hair.
I know that Valve are not going to do this because I'm suggesting it, but I would suggest that when you put this into the game, that you add fecal particles as part of the plunger.
All right, next set.
Okay, next we have... you can do this one.
Okay.
One of my least favorite hero to go against in Dota, but this set is something else.
So this is Lion with a lion head, actually. And he has like a big red mane, crimson red. And then he has one horn. His other horn broke off, and his horn is quite big. His weapon in the right hand is what looks like a morning star, actually. And in his left hand, he has a goat's head.
I think somebody in my chat was saying this is Baphomet, the head.
Oh, yeah, actually, now that you say that, because he also has the wings. His belt is a golden skull buckle, basically. And the theme of the set is crimson and gold, which is one of my favorite color combinations in the world. So I'm a sucker for that. I do like that a lot. This is well made. Do we like Lion as We kind of do, don't we? This is one of the better ones.
I like Lion as a lion. I won't lie. This is I forget what I said my favorite set with the Pudge. It's not like I play Lion. This is maybe the best set.
This is really good. I hope if they put this in that they animate his face.
And give it a roar when you ult. Imagine a sound effect being added as part of the set.
Oh, yeah. That would be really good,
It would be really good, yeah.
Yeah. This is a great set. This is the top 2 so far.
So it gives a roar if you get a kill, and if you don't, it's a goat. You know the YouTube videos of the goats screaming?
The Taylor Swift one?
The Taylor Swift one? What?
Have you never heard that one?
No.
The I Knew You Were a Trouble Goat remix.
No, okay.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, you spent too much time on that shit.
Oh my... What do you mean? Everybody knows that video.
On memes.
Everybody knows that video.
Okay, I'll have to look it up after. All right, next. is Clockwork. Okay, I'll let you do it. If there's any more Clockwork sets, I'll let you do them.
Okay. So on his left shoulder, he has a what's that? It's a wasp, right? So this is like it's not. It looks like a clockwork wasp. On the back, he has what's that? Is that a backpack with 2 Tesla coils in it, or?
Yeah, something
Yes,
like
it's a
that.
backpack. It kind of looks like a bag, or no? Wait, that's a little. It has little wings too, so it's like a little scanner to throw out or something. Maybe I don't know. It's got different vibes, but it's very clockwork-esque for sure. He has 2 rabbit ears made out of metal, and then his hook looks like a scepter with a blue core, and 3 like arms around that core. This is even more Lies of P than the Razor set was. This is very Lies of P. It looks like there's a boss fight where you're fighting multiple rabbit-like bosses, and he looks like the smallest one. Not someone in chat is saying the wasp is out of place. I'm kind of getting the same vibe here. I don't really know what the wasp is doing. I actually really like it. Aside from that, the wasp is just a bit. It's just there.
All you said was that
know.
it had bunny ear. This is a robotic bunny.
Yeah, true. I mean, the whole
the
set
face is a bunny. It's a robotic bunny. It looks really good, and they're pandering to Valve by putting a literal valve on the shoulder. By the way,
true.
Good idea.
True.
Really good idea.
I mean, this is really well made.
It's the bee/wasp or where the hell this is supposed to be seems kind of random.
Yeah, I actually think it shouldn't be there.
And then this is the cog, by the way.
Yep.
It is a carrot.
The cog is a spinning carrot. Yeah. Dude, I really like this one. This is also really good.
Okay, I'm gonna not spoil it. There's another Clockwork set.
Okay.
That I'm really interested to see what you think.
I feel like Clockwork is one of the heroes where I'm the most tolerant with going really creative, because I feel like a Clockwork robot, you can just do almost anything.
Yeah.
Right? It's like almost a toy. So this is really nice. I love this one.
Is there some connection between rabbits and wasps? Anybody know? Is there some lore?
They're both animals.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then. Perfect. All right, next. Oh, this one. I love this one. Abaddon set. This is I don't know the proper term. It's almost like a Muerta type. It's like the Day of the Dead type theme, where obviously the horse is dead. It has like some armor on its head. But I think mostly for me, it's Abaddon himself has like a skull, which I wonder what this looks like in China. Has like a little skull mask and then a sombrero on top. Very dark theme, so like dark purple with teal highlights or turquoise highlights. His sword is
this type of hat. It's not just a sombrero, right? It's the type that has these little coins attached around the rim. It's very iconic. I have no idea what this is called though. It's like you imagine you shake it and it rattles from the coins, basically.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know what this is called. Anyway.
His sword is very long and squiggly. It's not a straight sword at all.
It's basically an enlarged duck penis.
Okay, I need to look up that one as well after this podcast. Never seen a duck penis before.
Look it up together with Taylor Swift. Do a combo.
And on his left side, attached to what looks like the mount, is a guitar. The colors of this, I actually am not a big fan of turquoise in general, but it comes out really well on this set.
It's really good for ghost-like characters.
And you can see in the in-game preview the way that it looks. Obviously, the hat covers up the skull completely, but you can see the guitar. This is a top 3 set probably in this cache for me. Very well done.
I love this one. It's top 3 for sure as well. I think the one thing you also didn't mention is the hooves of the horse are glowing a nice.
Is that not how they all are?
Is that how Abaddon's base feet are? Because I mean, either way, if this is what they usually look like, they just match the set really well, right?
Keep in mind,
it really ties it together.
The artists can't change that anyway. They can't add particles.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay. Whether they made it or not, the way this is built around the general look of the hooves is really nice. It just matches very well. I think this set, if it gets into the cache, they will put something on the sword so it glows more. I think that's the one downside here, is that the sword, which is a Chris apparently, not a duck dick, it was a 50-50, is it looks a little bit it's missing something that makes it look like an actual blade, you know what I mean? It's like some sort of reflection thing, or also tying together with the rest of the theme is just missing a little bit, but
yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
sure they will do it. All right, awesome. Next one.
Tinker Stinker. Go ahead.
Okay. So in one arm, he has 3 little red rockets in... Damn, there's really a dick theme in this, huh? It's 3 little red rockets in his one arm, the one attachment arm, and in the other one he has a... I mean, it is a laser. It's coming out of a big blue core, basically. And what is he holding in his arms? It's hard to see what those tools are
Shake
meant
weights.
to be. Is it one of them is a wrench, right?
Yeah, it looks like a
One
screwdriver,
is a wrench,
maybe.
and the other one is...
Is that supposed to be a
What's
screwdriver?
that tool? Is it a screwdriver?
Yeah, I think they just made it really big so that you could see it. Because if you made it like an actual screwdriver, you wouldn't be able to notice.
Someone's saying Jivajago is saying it's a chisel.
Oh,
Either
yeah,
way,
it could be a chisel. That's true.
the overall theme of the set, it looks pretty like orange golden-ish, and then the other key color is blue. Has like 2 minor Tesla coils on the shoulders. This is well made. I think this is a good set.
I think the
It's
best
not
part about
blowing me
this
away
set
as much as some of the other ones are, but it's good looking.
The hairdo is very mad scientist. I really like the head a lot.
Yeah.
That's the best
his
part
head
for
is
me.
like he looks like a cartoon character that's a mad scientist. What's that character's name? It's eluding me. Anyway,
it's fine.
Good.
Next.
It's a good set.
Oh yeah, this one's actually kind of simple, but for some reason, so a lot of times when people put masks on heroes, it looks like a mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is Bounty Hunter. They made him a rat, but it looks like it's actually his face. I think they implemented it really well. Back piece is like a treasure chest. It's a huge, I don't know, I forget what this weapon is called. Is that a ninja star kind of? No, it's a
Shuriken.
Oh yeah, it is just a shuriken, I guess. That's true. Has like Wolverine claws on his right hand, dagger in his left. But again, this one's more simple than the other ones, but generally when they add these masks, it doesn't look seamless, and this looks seamless to me. It just looks like it's the literal base model almost, you know what I mean? Same color. It's not like a black or gray rat. It's just the same color skin as Bounty, but it's a rat. And he's wearing like a... What kind of hat is this? It's not a wizard hat.
Oh, yeah. What's that kind of hat called, actually? Because it does look like a wizard hat, and it has like a cross on it of some kind. I'm sure this... The logo on that hood, or whatever you want to call it, I think bears some sort of meaning that we don't know. It's got to be something.
Isn't that just a cross?
Yeah, but there's got to be some meaning to this, right? That I just
there's
don't
a
know.
connection, like with some religious
or some cult,
or something. Well, you could argue
Whatever.
Religion is a cult, but anyway, moving on.
Yeah, well, okay.
This one, I'll let you take this one.
If they put in the bounty, I hope he gets some animations somehow on the head, because the head just looks, like you said, it looks really good as a rat, but the face isn't animated in any way, right? So it is ultimately just a mask.
Yeah.
Huskar. Huskar is a lion as well. He has a lion-ish mane, and then it's tied in the back into a... What do you call that hairstyle? It's just braided. In one side, he has a dagger that looks like if Slark was 50% bigger. Then Slark could have this one. But it's just... He's holding it backwards, so he's like... I don't know what you call this technique, where the blade is pointing backwards, and then when you swing it, it comes forward with your wrist, basically. And in the other hand, he's holding a fire spear, but it's not burning. It's just plain. Yeah, this needs some love, I think, to really sell this to me. It's also the blade is quite flat on that spear.
Yeah, I think the weapons are not particularly good. They look
the
very
weapons could
thin and
use
fake.
some love, but the rest of it looks nice. The lion theme for Huskar, I think, is all right.
Yeah, I like the colors specifically.
Like maybe middle of the pack for the things we've looked at today, maybe lower third, I guess.
All right, we have only a few more. Okay, Clockwork, Cinderin.
Oh. This is a Clockwork Jester set. He has a... What do you call this instrument in English? A harmonica? Do you call it that?
No, this is oh fuck. This is what Weird Al uses. I'm not gonna look at chat. It's not a xylophone.
Oh right, yeah, I saw it in chat now. You get two.
What's the letter? What's the first letter?
A.
A.
Yeah.
A.
Yeah. All right, your time's up. It's an accordion.
God damn it!
He has an accordion on his back. I'm pretty sure this instrument in Danish is called it's something harmonica, I think. So we have a different name for it entirely. He's got two jester. What do you call those on his head?
Yeah, it's just the jester. They're not horns, but
yeah, but it's like horns. So I think people can visualize that. It's like the classic jester look with those two pointing in different, both angled backwards. Then he's got some balloons on his side, and his weapon looks to be like a baton of some kind, just a metal bat with a lot of screws coming out of it. And on his front, he has a slot machine that is currently meant to currently be spinning because it's misaligned, but it's currently rolling 3 hearts. It looks like that's very cute.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
This is really well done.
Are you ready to see the best cogs ever made?
Okay. Oh, wait, what is this? Is it a Jack in the Box? It's got to be Jack in the Box, right?
Yes. Now,
yeah, it's Jack in the Box.
I'm going to show you this
that's good.
in
this
game.
This is such a good idea.
I'm going to show you in game because this blew me away. Easily the best cogs.
Okay.
Like, it's not close. These are the best cogs.
So these are Jack in the Box. So they pop up and then they start wiggling left to right with all the faces. Dude, this is really well done.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe the way the box is open, even that is good, right? I was just looking at the sides of the boxes so that they could maybe be a little bit more something.
I mean, if you're trying to find negatives, this is very distracting. Yeah. I don't care though.
Yeah.
Right? Like for in-game kind of stuff. These cogs are S tier.
I think they should. I actually think they should wiggle a little bit less to be less noisy, but still do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they wiggled half as much, it would be fine. But I mean, this is really well done. This set, it's
all right. Next
is this the best one?
This one could be the best.
It's up
one.
there at least.
This one might be technically the best one. It's a Broodmother set, and it's completely mechanical. The base of where what is that part of the body of the back part of the ass area of Broodmother is thread. What is this called? A thread. It's not a needle thread.
Spool.
A spool. Maybe you'll do a better job of explaining this than me. This is. I don't like Broodmother. I have not liked any of the sets.
Extremely well executed.
This, technically speaking, is maybe the best set in the last few years.
So this is essentially Brood is a sewing machine.
Yeah, I guess that's probably a better way to put it.
So the body is a spool where it's red thread that is connected to each of its legs, as in, so it can like pull thread from its body, and then on the front it has a needle in one side, and the other one it has is that called the foot in a sewing machine? I think it is. The one that keeps the needle in place as it moves. I think it's called the foot.
I don't know.
And the front is... the face of Brood has like a bit of a mechanical red eye with golden some golden armor around it, and the legs are like sharp metal knives that are attached to it's just sharp metal blades that are attached to mechanical legs. Dude, this is fucking awesome. This is so good.
I don't know who made this set. Maybe does anybody know in chat? I know a lot of the workshop artists. I am so blown away by this set.
I mean, I agree. Honestly, this is my favorite one, just in terms of execution. This is so good looking. Wow. It's incredible.
Yeah, agreed.
I've seen a lot of front page threads, because obviously Reddit has been filled up with this stuff in the Dota 2 subreddit, right? I didn't see anyone post this, and that's actually really surprising to me, because I think this is...
Oh yeah, there's spiderlings, which I didn't even get to look at.
This is marvelous. It's beautiful.
I can't even see them. Okay, I gotta go in game for this.
The spiderlings are little... what's that called? When you have a ball of string, what's that called? A yarn ball. There you go. It's a ball of yarn. It's a ball of yarn that has a clip going through it. Dude, this looks so good. It's a real big shame that you make this awesome of a set and then it's for fucking Brood.
Yeah.
Because Brood is just... I hate everything about Brood, but this is so beautiful.
Wow, this is insane.
Am I exaggerating if I say this is one of the best sets ever in the game?
Yes.
I mean, it's not in the game yet, but
No, it's easily.
I genuinely think this is a masterpiece, actually. Yeah. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. I don't give them away a lot, but this is incredibly good. And it's thematically, it really fits the hero too, right? It's like a mechanical spinner, just spinning the web from its setup. Does it... If this had like a custom web too, I guess they can't make that, but...
Well, if Valve puts this in the game, it will obviously be a rare of some kind.
Ultra rare with some sort of reddish web, but the problem is that's a bit noisy. I don't know if you can do that.
Have you seen the other web that people have? Like, come on, that thing is obnoxious as fuck.
Yeah, but if you make this... Like, imagine it's base web, but then you make it red. It's way too noisy. It's hard to make red not fill up the battlefield, right? The reason the white web works is that it's not too noisy. I don't know how you make this in red. But this is fucking incredible. This is so good.
Yep, agreed.
Wow, I think this is the best set we've ever showcased in all of our box or collector's cash stuff.
I would agree.
Awesome.
It's a shame I won't be using.
Awesome. Yeah, same. I mean,
the more we can get rid of that old fucking Brood set that everybody loves, it looks like an actual bug that doesn't fit.
Oh yeah, the one that's
just
pure black, like the black arachnid one.
Yeah, I can't stand that one. All right, we have a few more. This one is it's a Beastmaster set. He has a rooster on his. This is basically like
more cock-themed stuff. We love it.
Yeah, he has a rooster on his head. He has a skull on his shoulder. The base set's not that important. He has a I was gonna say spork. He has a pitchfork on his back, not a spork, and he has two. What are these cleavers called?
Scythes.
No, there's another name. Are these scythes?
Yeah, they're scythes.
Like there's a specific name I'm thinking of.
Scythe?
Sickle. Sickle. Right. There we go.
Yes,
thank you.
That's correct. It's
all right. Yeah. The hawk is also a. Well, I don't know if this is actually a rooster because it doesn't have the thing on its chin. Not anything too special. The thing that's really special.
I like the bird a lot.
Okay, go ahead and explain it.
I mean, I don't really know how to explain it much different than that. It's an angry-looking rooster that's holding on to some sort of vegetable. I guess is it a leek?
I guess it's the same. It's the same bird that's on his head. Actually, I thought the thing on his head was a rooster, but neither of these are actually roosters. It's a rooster without the gullet thing, right?
I think your chat is summarizing it quite well. It's a cock. All right, what about the pig?
Yes, the boar is a literal obese pig with baby wings, which I'm also going to show in game because it is so ridiculous and I love it. It is so good.
Why does it have wings? Bro.
Hold on, let me get the dummy target out here.
This is so weird. Why does it have wings?
Okay, here we go. And there you go, Cinder.
Why does the boar have wings? Why?
Which begs
And
the
then
question, why not
it's
make
shooting
the hawk
green goo
also?
particles out of its mouth. It's vomiting on the enemy.
You could have made the hawk a flying pig as well then, right? Wouldn't have been confusing at all.
Actually, I don't know. I'm torn. It's like these wings are so fucking weird and funny, but they also really don't make sense. So I, I think the vomit coming out of the mouth is like an attack from the boar is actually fine. I don't mind.
If Valve put this in, you could have it vomiting bacon, Cinderin. Think about that.
Yeah,
The implications of that.
Yeah, they're definitely going to do that.
It's a cannibal pig that's eaten his own kind and then vomits it out in bacon form.
Okay, I've decided this gets a little notch down because of the wings. I actually think it would have been better if you just stuck to clean just the boar. But
I did figure you would say
it's creative. I think the best part of this set is both the bird and the boar. I think the summons are better than the set itself.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that's the thing. You can just use the summons separately, right? So grabbing this set and then using the summons and then another Beastmaster set maybe.
Yeah.
If you like other sets more, I mean,
right,
it's well executed, but
we gotta move on.
Sure. Okay.
All
right, Troll Warlord. Oh, would you look at that? He also has 2 sickles, and then he has a Joker face and a Jester's crown.
Look at the reason I brought this up
he has a guitar or a banjo, right? I guess it's a banjo.
I forget. My chat was telling me what this was. I don't think it's either of those, but yeah, it's a instrument of some kind.
It's a lute, of course. Yeah.
Look at the silhouette.
Yeah.
This looks absolutely nothing like... I don't have a problem with that, by the way. I know you probably do. I'm trying to think of other than like personas and things like that, where the silhouette has changed more than this set. Like, this is drastically different.
That is one of the reasons I do not like this one, and I hope this doesn't make it. I think this is the worst set of today. Okay. Not because it's poorly made. I think it's well made, but I don't think it fits Troll. First of all, the silhouette, like you said, but he's a Troll Warlord. He's running around with these 2 sickles and a Jester's hat. This is not what I like in Dota sets in terms of creativity. This is more like League-esque for me because it's so far from the original, like you said, that for me it's too much.
I like it. Very red.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to speed this up. This is another Lycan.
I thought you said we're almost done.
We are. This is 245 out of 248.
Okay.
Lycan set where the headpiece, he has a beard that looks like Michael J. Fox in Teen Wolf. Sure, nobody knows what that means, what that references. The wolf, is this the wolf or the shapeshift? Is that the only reason I put this in? Oh, the shapeshift.
I think is that the shapeshift?
No, that was
the shapeshift. Oh, now we're fucking talking. That's a shapeshift. That's not this kind of pit bull shit. This is a demonic wolf. This looks straight out of Diablo. That's a great shapeshift. I love that.
Yeah.
That's one of the best things today is the shapeshift. I think the set itself is okay. It's like giving me Diablo 3 vibes. He's got this like cape that is scorched on the bottom and the back, and his overall theme, he's got like these also Diablo-like shoulder pads that are sharp and spiky metal with green and red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the best part here is the shapeshift and the wolf. Both the summoned wolves and the shapeshift are maybe rival the best in the game. I remember we looked at this set a while back on an episode with a sick Lycan form, right? But this one's really good. I like this a lot.
Not bad. The animation and stuff that people are mentioning, this is not stuff that the artists deal with. This is like, it's just not translating correctly for some reason in this preview.
Yeah.
All right, Batrider also has that kind of theme of, it's kind of like a satyr horns, I guess. A very dark Batrider set where he is riding, I don't know what this creature is exactly.
It's a demonic bat, like you said. It's a Diablo bat with 2 horns.
Yeah, Diablo bat's probably a good way to summarize. Yeah.
He's holding what's that? What's the theme of this hero? He's holding I feel like this is a character from some sort of lore. He's holding a trident, a small trident, basically. I'm trying to think. Like chat is saying gargoyle for his bat as well, which kind of it's gargoyle. I don't know. This for some reason I feel like I'm missing a reference here, but this is well made. I think people are actually really going to like this bat as well. I think it really stands out
Yeah,
among
that's the thing
the
I
other
like
bats.
about it is that it stands out because it's a very dark
Yeah.
Bat Rider set.
Yeah.
Okay, next,
I
last
think it
of
fits the
two.
character too. So I don't mind. I like it.
You're doing such a better job of explaining these than me, so I'll let you go again. I don't even know where to begin, but very cool Nyx set.
Whoa, there's a lot going on
Yeah.
with this one. So obviously very spiky. His weapons are two claws, basically, with three legs, of which the center one is clearly longer. It's like a double fuck you pose. For his Dagon. There's nothing Dagon about it. It's just how you feel. On his back, he has what looks to be a mechanical javelin launcher? Question mark. And the overall theme of the set is like blue and gray with some I want to say, what color is this? Purple, but not quite. Like faded purple. I don't know what that color is called.
That's more
And then
maroon, I
he's
would say.
yeah, I guess maroon. Yeah, and then he's got his hat is. Am I right in saying this is Japanese inspired?
Probably, but it looks like a poor man's shield to me.
It's like a shield with spikes coming out of it as a hat, and then on top it has two little ribbons. It's reminding me of Shinobi style for some reason from like Sekiro, but I'm not sure what the headgear is called. Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's really well made. I guess it in a way this translates quite well into the game. I
Yeah,
actually think the
that's the
model in
main
game looks
reason.
nice.
That's the main reason I put it in because in
It
game
looks
it does
good
look
in
good.
game. Yeah, this is quite good.
Okay, last set is Necrophos.
Oh. Okay, that is a big fucking scythe, which has saw blades on it. This is I mean, this is also steampunk, right? Or is this what's that called? This type. This is like, it's the green, it's like the plague faction of Warcraft 3, the Sylvanas' uh the Forsaken. It's like the Forsaken from the Warcraft universe. So it's got these like poisonous huge scythe, this like green. He's got two canisters on his back with spikes with scythes coming out of them, like smaller scythes. And of course, this fits Necrophos' general like plague theme. Then he has his helm is like a brain.
Yep.
He has a brain inside of his helm, so his brain is exposed technically inside the brain. Inside the helm. And the face of it has got this like bird plague doctor kind of beak going on as well. I mean, this is really good, isn't it?
And most importantly, they also have a valve on his belt.
Oh yeah, Valve is the belt. Yeah, man, these fucking sucking up, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fair to say this looks clearly better in the showcase than it does in the game, but I think it would do a lot for it to get some glow. I think particles will elevate the set a lot, especially around the scythe. It just looks like he's walking around with, there's like, it could use a little bit of love, but this is really good too, man. This has been very high quality on average.
Yep.
Once you select it, so good job.
There was a ton that I could have selected that were very good. That I was just wanted the ones that were more eye popping to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, since we're going over, let's quickly change.
We spent
subjects.
a lot of time on this. Sick. Okay.
Yep. All right. So back to reality. Oh, there goes Gravity Cinderin. Blast.
Oh, you know a little bit of rap lyrics. Impressive. Okay.
Blast is entering Dota. Blast is they've had a tournament that I actually cast a bit of and like remotely.
Yep.
Before
during COVID.
Yeah, that's right, during COVID. And they're coming to Dota officially now in a more, it seems like, consistent way. They've already announced a bunch of tournaments, I believe. First of which is in November 2024. That's this year, in case you're wondering. And you've worked with them more directly than me. What do you think? This is their claim to fame mostly is in Counter-Strike. I've watched a bunch of their tournaments. They do a really good job. and excited to see what they can do. And I think this is clearly shown based on how many tournaments that we're hearing about now, that this not having DPC and going back to the old format has been very good for the competitive scene. And not to get into this discussion again, but if we could just get back to the whole compendium thing. Yeah. If we just had the old days,
Yeah.
But it's great to see Blast come into the Dota scene.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit extra biased, I guess. This is a Danish organizer. They run, like you said, they run a lot of stuff in CS. And what's really exciting about this for me, aside from the fact that we're getting what I will assume, if they put the amount of quality they do into Dota as they do in CS, these are going to be really great events. So I have very high expectations. But obviously also a lot of the events they run in CS are in Denmark. So if this means we get not only TI to Copenhagen, but also other tournaments start being in Denmark, that's obviously just, for me, super big news, right?
Yeah, it must be nice not to have to travel at all.
It is nice, let me tell you. I feel sorry for you with the potential of all this really long travel, but let me tell you, if they do events in Copenhagen, it's well worth it. It's a really great city. So I don't live there, but the times I've been, which is quite many at this point, I really like the place. So, but yeah, the quality overall and more competition, I think, is really good for the other organizers, for ESL, for PGL, for ESB. That there's more. Just this should be good for everyone, right? It should be good for us because we hopefully get more work opportunities. It should be good for the teams because there's more good tournaments, and it's good for the audience because the competition among the organizers will inevitably lead to better production quality. So I just see this as a mega win personally, and I'm very excited to see that name in particular enter Dota as an org. So big up. That's just wonderful news. I was really happy when I saw it. So.
Yeah, so to make things clear, there's going to be one tournament later this year, starting November 26th, and then they announced 4 more tournaments next year, one in February, May, October, and November of 2025.
And all of them seem to have a duration of 6 days, so I think they're going to be the exact same format. Every tournament is 6 days of play.
Yeah, I don't think there's been any info on if these are LANs, but considering if it's showing 6 days, you would assume that that is the case, right? So.
It definitely could be at least, I wouldn't know, but I mean, they could be LAN, right? At least some of them. I don't know if they enter with 5 LAN events to start. That's quite massive if they do, but either way, awesome. And a 6-day duration, I think, is honestly a lot of the time quite a nice sweet spot. It's very intense, very a decent period. It's not that I mind longer tournaments. Of course, it's more paydays for us, but it can also be nice to have these like more condensed tournaments. The downside is the travel for you, right? If you're traveling and it's a 6-day event, I think you would rather travel for 2 weeks of work than 6 days. But
yeah, for sure.
For local or for online, I think a week is a nice duration for a tournament. I think it's enough to crown a champion. I think it allows for a fair format, but also one that doesn't drag out too long. So we'll see what they're cooking, but very good news.
Okay, so since we are way over time anyway, we'll have a couple more topics for next week that we can hold on to, including Hades 2, which I'm really excited to talk to you about in some capacity. But I don't have to wait till next week.
Are we doing teasers now? We've never done this.
Yeah,
have we? Next episode,
we'll find out if Sunsfan and or Cinderin have bought the early access to Hades 2. What does the early access exactly mean for Hades 2? Find out next week on this episode or that episode in actuality of We Say Things. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Sorry to the audio listeners. We did our best to describe the sets in great detail. Cinderin did it.
Entire episode. I'm genuinely really curious if we could get some people that mostly listen to audio to come on and leave a YouTube comment about whether they liked it or not as an audio listener. I actually think that would be valuable feedback. This episode was 2/3 of it was talking about sets they couldn't see.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're not going to love it, but again, there's not like there were crazy amount of topics in Dota that we could discuss anyway. And it was fun for us.
Other great stuff for this from Dota.
And Cinder, you did a really exceptional job of describing the sets. I'm impressed. You've never You've never done such a good job before. Usually it's kind of meh.
Thank you.
Honestly.
Really?
You've really stepped up your workshop.
Well, I did say today that I was feeling well rested, so maybe my brain is just working today.
Okay, perfect.
It generally doesn't for the podcast because I get up too early for it. But,
Okay.
Guess I slept well this night.
Beautiful. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and listening. Until next time, Suns Fan and Sinner signing out. Peace.
Bye.
We say things that don't
Subscribe.